Morning. Little brightness on the subject here. Morning, hoodies. I was just like wiping my mascara off my face here because I fell asleep with it on again. I'm the worst. The queen of wash your face is dethroning herself. So we got to get back on that. But anywho, I had some strikes of lightning yesterday. I want to talk to you guys all about. I'm going to invite some people, and y'all know how this goes. It doesn't let me invite everybody. It lets me invite like 3 people. So if you want to invite some people, hi Tracy, good morning. If you want to invite some people, feel free. This is the worst angle of the world. Look at this. I gotta prop this up a little higher. It's like dark and gloomy today. So, I'm getting text messages galore this morning. So let's give it just a couple for anybody else to pop on. And I just have some things on my mind to talk about when it comes to sponsoring and when it comes to your job as a sponsor. It might just be me and you, Tracy. Let's see. It might just be me and you. Oh, Abby's here. Who else is going to hop on with us this morning? Cheers to the coffee. I only have one little K-cup left. Just one little K-cup left. Gotta go get a turbo shot. I have errands to run this morning, and then it's off to the state tournament. Hey, boo-boo. All right. So here's some things that I want to talk about. There's Claudia. All right, people are hopping on. We'll just chit-chat for a hot minute till we get started. We'll just chit-chat for a hot minute because it's just us in here. We don't do this on live videos, remember? We don't hop on live videos and say, I'm just going to wait for a couple minutes till people get on. You just get on and go. But in here, it's just us. So, let's talk about needs versus wants when it comes to sponsoring. And I was chatting with Abby yesterday. Hey, Claudia, right? All the coffee, all the turbo shots. Give me all the caffeine. Help me survive the day. Do you guys is one of my eyes droopier than the other? I think it is. All right, let's get through this because I got to charge the phone too before I go run some errands. Colin has the state tournaments today. All right. So I was chatting with Abby yesterday about sponsoring. It was a quick chat, and it kind of just popped into my head. And you guys know I have all these analogies with what I do for work, and it's all sort of clicking together and how to utilize this utilize the things that I do in my other job, to put it to work for this. And it's just things are just clicking in a different way for me when it comes to that. So I want to talk about that. So when one area I am learning new and different ways to up my game is sponsoring. I was on a huge sponsoring spree this time last year, and then it slowed down to 2 a month, 1 a month, when it was 4, 6, 10 a month, and I have been thinking, what do I do? How do I do this differently? What do I need to do differently? And so a lot of times when we talk to people about sponsoring, we talk to them about the kit, what they get in the kit. It's 3 hours when you get paid. It's a great sisterhood. It's $400 and something worth of product for $99. Your website is free. Your, what else can we talk about? You have great training, all those things. And in the sales world, we call that feature dumping. And feature dumping means you're just dumping every single feature of whatever it is you're presenting to the other person in the hopes that one of those things will click with them. But what is much more effective and much more personal and much more real and much more about the relationship, because that's what we're all about, is discovering that person's need. So when you discover the person's need, you discover the problem in their life that needs to be solved. Okay? So let's say, for example, this is how I break it down at work. And I'm sorry for the massage envy analogies, but analogies make things make sense for me. So hopefully they help make things make sense for you. So we have somebody come in and they sit down with us before they go in for their massage and they tell us they're getting migraines. Now, I can very easily conclude that they want to get rid of migraines and they don't want to have migraines anymore. That's pretty easy, right? So they can go in there for massage, they can feel better, and they can come out, and then I can say, you know, well, if you get more massages, you'll help get rid of your migraines. Okay, that might work. But if I sit down and I talk to this person and I say, okay, so tell me how often you get migraines. Tell me how bad the pain is when you feel them. Tell me how frequently you get them. Tell me how many days it puts you out of commission. Tell me how much work you're missing because of migraines, right? And then I get to the kicker and I say, tell me what these migraines are stopping you from doing. What does this get in the way of for you? And they say, not only tell me they have this extreme intensity when they get migraines and they're down and out for 3 days, but when they're down and out for 3 days, they miss 2 days of work and they lose money. Or they're a mom and they're a stay-at-home mom and they can't afford to be down and out for 2 days with a migraine because they have toddlers running around the house and they can't function. So now we've established a need, right? So when they come out, instead of me saying, I really think you should sign up for this membership because you won't have migraines anymore. They might not believe me. It might work, it might not. It kind of makes sense. But if I say, listen, girl, you get migraines. And you guys, I know there's this thing about hey girl going around. And I send messages and I say hey girl. I say hey girl in real life. I talk like that. So don't do the hey girl if you don't really talk like that. You know what I mean? Like Abby will say hey pretty. That's her thing. She always says that. I see her saying that in real life. Do you see me saying that in real life? I don't really talk like that. I go, girl, shoot. You know what I mean? So talk like you talk in real life. So, oh, you get migraines? Oh my God, girl. You need to get yourself to a massage envy. So I'm going to talk to you right now, Tracy, like I would talk to you like as if you were in my work. You're going to come out and I'm going to say, Tracy, you told me, do you feel better now? Is your migraine a little better? It's feeling a little better? Good. So I want you to experience the feeling you're feeling now a lot more in your life. Hey, honey, hey, boo. I want you to experience this relief more. Because I know you told me that when you get these migraines, you're like hit like a Mack truck and you need to be down and out for a couple days, but you have those kids running around. And let's face it, I'm a mom. I know it's dangerous to lay on the couch and have these kids running around. So we need to make sure that you're not getting these migraines. We need to make sure that you can function for your kids so you can take care of them and keep them safe. So if I told you that getting a massage at least once a month would reduce the intensity that you feel when you get these migraines and reduce the amount of frequency that you had them, would you want to come back once a month? Right? That works better, right? Or somebody who's working in a job and I know you told me like when you get hit with those migraines, you're going to miss like 3 days of work. And then you're behind on work and you probably miss out on money and your boss probably is like, oh yeah, sure, Robin's got a migraine again. Well, what if I told you once a month, if you came in at least, that it would start to reduce that and you would start to feel relief. It is a huge benefit to migraines, Tracy. I promise you 100%. That is an absolute real thing. So do you feel the difference in that? Do you feel the difference in that? So we kind of broke it down. Like I say, like if you break it down, the want, so you've got to focus on needs and wants, okay? So in my Massage Envy world, everybody's want breaks down to 2 things, and they're the same for everybody. They want to relax and they want to get rid of pain. Like that's what everybody's breaks down to. But if you talk to that person as a person and you get to know their life, you discover their need, and their need for relaxation or their need to get rid of pain is different depending on their life circumstances, okay? So now let's apply this to sponsoring. So we have somebody that might be interested in, it's like you're trying to get to know the customer at that point and what they're looking for. Exactly, and you want to put yourself in their shoes and experience what they're experiencing and be empathetic to what life is like for them, right? So when we talk to people about sponsoring, it's real easy to talk to people that want to get a kit of makeup, that want to get a lot of makeup at a good deal, right? People that, if you break it down to our world in Younique, there's probably two wants that are pretty similar. They want a good deal on makeup and product. There's lots of people who want a good deal on makeup and product. Two, there's lots of people who want to make extra money. Same for everybody. If you really break it down, if you really, really break it down to anybody who you talk about, those are probably the only two wants. They want a good deal on product and they want to make some extra money, right? But we need to figure out why they need to. Why do they need to? Okay? So let's talk in terms of people who want to make extra money, because those are the people that are building businesses. And you got to figure out why they need to, all right? So let's pretend it was me back in the day when I first signed up. When I first signed up, I heard you get paid within 3 hours. It was very easy to see my want was to make extra money, right? My want was to make extra money. I heard features. You get paid within 3 hours. You get a discount on the makeup. For $99, I got a kit of like $200 worth of makeup. So what's there to lose, okay? But what was my need? Why did I need to make extra money?
Mommy.
What, honey?
Hungry.
Didn't you just have your thing, your pouch?
That was it.
You want more? Okay, give me a minute.
I want something else like you're eating.
I'm not eating anything.
No, when you're eating.
Leave that there. My phone is on that, honey. Oh, the English muffin?
Uh-huh.
Okay, give me a minute. I'll get you an English muffin. Just let me finish up.
You could use the wipes instead.
Why, you want to do the puzzle?
After you're done doing your video.
Well, then you can leave the puzzle there till I'm done. If you're not going to do the puzzle till I'm done with the video.
You use the wipes.
Okay, I'll use the wipes and you take the puzzle. So if you were talking to me, it would be like, well, let's figure out why does she need to make extra money. So, Robin, I can tell that the appeal of getting paid within 3 hours, like that rings a bell for you. Like, what makes that so exciting for you? Well, I have a lot of expenses with 4 kids. They have a lot of activities. I work on commission, so some months are different than others. So, the fact of getting paid within 3 hours, like, well, I know if I need money for something, I can work at something and get it. That's what it was for me in the beginning, and it changed, but you're meeting people where they are, right? So if you're talking to somebody, like Abby had a great example yesterday, right? She said she had somebody who was thinking about signing up, but maybe not till the end of the month, and I think her confidence is going to be what holds her back from signing up. Well, oh my God, girl, flip that ish around, right? That would be my favorite one, okay? I understand you probably feel like not that confident of a person. I felt that way too a long time ago. But there is nothing better out there than working this business to help you build your confidence. And I promise you, if you take a little leap, that you will see your confidence soar, no matter how much makeup you sell or not. Just being a part of this team will help you build confidence. So see how I made that about her? Because in their mind, they're like, if they're saying they're not they don't feel confident, they're going, oh my God, I can't sell makeup. And what if I don't sell makeup? And what if I don't do good? And what if I don't, you don't want to talk to the person who says they're not confident about all the money they can make. That won't make a lick of a difference to them. You don't want to talk to the person who doesn't feel confident about what a great deal it is. You could give them all those features in the world, but if they're not finding their personal value in what we have to offer, it doesn't make a difference, right? So if you're talking to that person who says, I'm just not that confident of a person, I don't think I could do what you do, and you say, you use feel, felt, found. Girl, I totally understand how you feel. I've felt that way before myself. I've been in your shoes where I didn't feel so confident. But what I found was just being a part of this community and this sisterhood of amazing women that my confidence grew and grew and grew. So no matter how much makeup you sell, you will gain confidence from being a part of this. I need to start saying that to people. That was pretty good. But do you get what I mean? Like if you talk to them about, you can reach pink and you can reach yellow and you can make all these things, and that doesn't matter to that person. So if you're talking to the person who, their need is, like mine, I work a full-time job, my husband works a full-time job, we have 4 kids together, there are always expenses. So in the beginning, my need was just to make extra money. I wanted a part-time income. That I didn't have to leave the house for. Because I had done Leah Sophia before, but I had to leave the house for that. I couldn't take that business with me wherever I went. I had to leave the house for that and do parties. And that's what got me out of that business. So if you were talking to me when I first signed up, you would say, oh, girl, I totally get it. I understand. And even if you aren't that person yourself, even if you haven't been in that person's shoes, you know somebody who's been in that person's shoes. So if you talk to somebody like me, right, who wanted part-time income that they didn't need to leave the house for, you say to them, girl, I totally understand. My friend Robin went through the same thing. She was working a full-time job with a lot of kids and still needed to make extra money, but didn't want to have to leave the house to do it so she could be there for all her kids and her sporting events. So she found that this business let her do that. She could take her business wherever she went and make the extra money. She didn't have to leave the house. She didn't have to set up and go and do one party a week. She could build it however much she wanted and take her business wherever she wanted to get the extra income without having to leave the house. If they're a unique presenter, they're your friend. So you can say they're your friend because we're all friends and NY sisters. So I promise you know somebody with the example. Let's take, sorry, Abby, I'm always like using you for an example, but let me tell you guys why. Abby is the 100% most coachable person that you will find, and we message all day long. And that's why she's being so successful. She doesn't just message me. She messages with Kelly. She messages with her PACE partners. She messages with everybody because she works in her business, okay, you guys? So that's just why I'm using as an example, because she's the one who reaches out the most. So I have a lot of scenarios, okay? So let's talk about when Abby signed up. When Abby signed up, her objections to me weren't money or weren't time, and they weren't confidence, they weren't, whatever. It was her objections to me were, I feel like my life is just my life, and who wants to watch that? And I'm planning a wedding, so, I have to focus on that. And I said, oh my God, girl, wedding planning, people love to get involved in wedding planning. That's the most exciting time of your life. There's nothing boring about that. You can share your wedding planning journey and people will love it. It's the most exciting time in your life. And, so me talking to her about how quickly she could get paid or how much makeup she could get, that is what clicked for her. So you have to really dig deeper and ask the questions, right? And when you connect with the person and you ask their questions and you find out their specific need, then you can follow it up with a feature, right? So let's take the girl that, was being held back because of her confidence. I totally understand how you feel. I felt that way before. My confidence was sinking. But I found that joining this business and being part of this community just brought my confidence to a whole new level. And not only that, but any sale I make, I get paid within 3 hours. And there's another little confidence boost when you get that email like, yes, girl, congratulations, you're building your business, right? You use their need and then you follow it up with features. You don't use the features because those features don't connect to the value that person will find in this business. I've been sick, so I want to do more, but I've been in pain from the kidney stones watching this and going to do a live today, though. I'm able to work my business from home, which is important, as I wouldn't take out the time from a regular job, which I'm thankful for. Right, so you have to think of how that applies to you. What, honey?
You gave me something.
Yep, I'm almost done, honey. You have to think about how that applies to you, and then when you're talking to people about joining, you have to talk to them and dig that deep. Like you just said, I'm sick, and if I had a regular job, I would be missing out on work. But I can do this. So when I'm sick, I can even still focus on my business, All right, so I would love to dig deeper in that, but I just want to give you guys kind of a brief overview of, discovering needs versus wants. And then I want to talk to you about your job as a sponsor. And a lot of times I hear from people when they sign somebody up, I think they want to take their business slow. I don't think they want to go live yet. And this is true for everybody on this team who is sponsored. Everybody on this team who is sponsored. I don't think they're ready to do this as a business. They're just going to be a kidnapper. Okay, so you guys all know who Nita is, and she is pretty much in the top spot every month. Nita signed up as a kidnapper. Do you think I ever, for a minute, said when she joined this team, Nita's just going to be a kidnapper? Hell to the no. Do you think I ever said when Abby joined this business, Abby's just doing this to get a little extra wedding planning money? Nope. Do you think when, Nita's there. Hi, Nita. Do you think when Linda joined this business, I said, I don't know how this is going to work because Linda and I know so many of the same people? Nope. Never said any of it. Never, ever in a million years did I ever put my fears and judgment on them. Ever. I want you guys to hear this because it is super important. When you say those things out loud, they're your fears, they're your insecurities, they are to do with you and they are not to do with the person that you are signing up. Your job as a sponsor is to let them know that the world is theirs. They'll let them know about every single solitary opportunity open to them. And you tell them this business is yours. You can work it at whatever pace you like. And whatever pace you like, I am there with you every step of the way. If you have to vent to me about that, that's fine. And I'll talk you through it, right? That's fine. But I want you to, anybody who you join the team, I want you to start them. Pretend in your mind that you are starting a Black status presenter. You say that to yourself every time you sign somebody up. You are enrolling a future Black status presenter because you owe that person to know that that is a real opportunity available to them. You owe it to that person. That is what this business is all about. That is 1,000,000% what this business is all about. So if you have to vent those fears and judgments to me, that's fine. All day long, I've grown a very thick skin in sales when it comes to addressing objections, and I have really, really learned to completely take myself out of it. And I used to say this at work all the time. I used a Donald Trump example, and that doesn't work so more. But when I train salespeople, when they're like timid to talk to people about signing up, I go, listen, you need to stay out of their wallet. You need to pretend that person has Donald Trump money and they can do whatever they want in the world. And all you're doing is there to give them the information and to be there for them, right? I don't use Donald Trump as an example anymore. Depending on how old the person is, sometimes I say that person has Oprah money, or that person has Jay-Z money, or that person has Beyonce money, But that's what you need to do with the person you're signing up. You need to treat it as a blank canvas. You never, ever, ever want to put limitations on
Mommy.
the person that you are bringing on to your team.
I got my
Because you don't
phone.
know what you might be missing out on, You do not know what you might be missing out on. Nita can attest to that. Nita just wanted to be a kidnapper, and she caught the bug. And I never went to Nita. Nita, did I ever go to you and say, Nita, you need to start working this as a business. You should start working as this as a business. No, I brought Nita onto the team. I do not start kidnappers. Anybody who thinks they're just going to be a kidnapper, I start them the same exact way. And if you are on my team, I ask that of you. Anybody who joins your team, you start them the same exact way, no matter what they think they're going to do with this business. Because it's up to you to expose them to all this amazingness, you guys. I don't care how much makeup they sell, but if they're in our world, they're going to leave better for it no matter what they do. And it's your responsibility as their sponsor to expose them to that. You don't need to put pressure on them. That's what everybody's afraid of when they're talking about, I don't know if they want to do this yet, or they're going to take it slow,
Mommy.
and let's not talk about fast start yet, or let's not.
Might want to look next to you.
I see, honey. You got all the blankets out. They don't want to. That's your fears. That's your fears of your abilities as a leader. Throw them all out the window, because now you're growing into a leader, and it's just different fears than when you started as a presenter. I'm here for you. Everybody's here for you. We have so much training available to you. Like, we're here. So I ask you all, be open. Don't limit anybody else based on your fears. Treat everybody when they start your team as a future Black status presenter, and you let them know every opportunity that is available to them, and you let them know we work this business at whatever pace you like. Whatever pace you like, I'm here for you. Whatever pace you like. As fast as you want to, as slow as you want to. You guys, when I was yellow status for 18 months, there wasn't a time that I messaged Kelly and she didn't answer me back. But guess what? The more I did, the more she helped. The more I did, she met me where I was at every step of the way. I was acting as a yellow status presenter. She coached me as a yellow status presenter. I said I wanted more. She gave me more. I said I wanted more. She gave me more. And you follow it up with the actions, So you guys just got to open your hearts, open your minds, be brave, because that's what it boils down to. A lot of us know what we should say. You just got to be brave enough to just say it, okay? And just think of it as, this is how I want you to think of it. If you don't expose people to the amazingness on this team, you are hurting them. You're doing them a disservice, Your fear is that you don't want them to feel like they're there just to make you a lot of money. But if you don't care, if you don't bring them into everything, if you don't bring them into this community, if you don't wrap your arms around them, that's how they will feel. That's how they will feel. You will literally manifest your fear, okay? But if you tell them everything here is open and available to you, I'm here for you at whatever pace you want to do this. Here we go. Let's go. That's what I want you guys to do. You sign up a kidnapper, you welcome them to this team. They are a part of this team. You sign up somebody who wants to build an empire, you welcome them to this team. They're a part of this team. Because you never, ever, ever know, and that person never, never, ever knows. So, we owe it to the women out there who need this opportunity. And guess what? They might sign up as a kidnapper and not even know how bad they needed this opportunity. Nita and I have had lots of conversations about her starting as a kidnapper and jumping into this, and Nita has found a purpose. Nita has found a whole new purpose in this business that fills her heart. And what if I ever said, I'm not gonna put Nita in the team page because she just wants to be a kidnapper? I know that would have been a big my bad on my part, right? Not because she sells the most, not because she sells her ass off and she works her ass off, but because she found a purpose in this. And life, no matter what, from here on out is different for her. That's what you guys need to give people. When they say this business is a gift, that is the truth. It's a gift. Don't hold it back, you know? Maybe some people untie the ribbon faster than others. That's all it is. But you got to give them the gift. You got to put the gift in front of them on the table. All right. I'm done preaching for the day. I got a whole bunch of shit to do. I got to get ready. I got forms to get signed for Colin. I got to get dressed. I got to drive to the other side of Boston, so I got to leave early. I got to do all the things. So everybody, I'm sorry if I gave you tough love, but tough love is, when you give tough love, it's 'cause you care. If I didn't care, I wouldn't care to do it. Do you know what I mean? So all of this comes from love from my heart to you guys and your business and all the people that you're going to talk to about this business and what they may need to get from it. All right, you guys, love you all so much. Message me with questions. If you got a question you want to drop in the comments you didn't get to ask or you think about later, go ahead and do it. And have an awesome day and send us all the wrestling vibes. Get my boy through. He's got to make it to tomorrow. I want to see him do amazing in this tournament. All right, have an awesome day. Bye.